Welcome to Native Yoga Toddcast. So happy you are here. My goal with this channel is to bring inspirational speakers to the mic in the field of yoga, massage, bodywork, and beyond. Follow us at Native Yoga and check us out at nativeyogacenter.com. All right, let's begin. Hello, welcome to Native Yoga Toddcast. My name is Todd McLaughlin, and I have a very special guest for you this week. Her name is Mounia Hammouda, and Mounia is a yoga teacher located in Casablanca, Morocco. And please go visit her on her website. It is shidomindyoga.com, and also follow her on Instagram at shidomind.yoga. And I put the links in the description, so you just have to scroll down and click, and it'll take you straight there. And wow, Mounia, what an incredible story here. And I feel so inspired after just speaking with her. And I'm so excited that you are here. I hope you enjoy the show. And we put a lot of time, love, and energy into bringing some of the most interesting people in the world, in my opinion. And I hope that you're feeling it. And if you are, and you can share it with a friend, we greatly appreciate you. And please always send us a message. We'd love to hear what you think. All right, on that note, let's get started. I can't wait for you to meet Mounia Hammouda. I'm so excited because I have this opportunity to bring Mounia Hammouda onto the show today. And Mounia, thank you so much for joining me. And how are you feeling today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm feeling fantastic. The weather is great. Beginning of, we have the sun, we hear the birds singing here in Morocco. So very pleasant weather, and the holidays are pointing out. So
amazing. So like the feeling in the atmosphere, I mean, obviously with good weather is always the best, but is it just that like we're going into summer break and you feel, or are we in the right season? What season are you moving into? I'm going to make sure I'm in the right hemisphere here.
It's almost summer.
Okay, good. Yes.
Printemps, we say le printemps in French, but in Morocco the weather is great, and my yoga center will conclude the year at the end of June. So we're planning for the holidays, already excited. Everything is well.
So, well, that's cool. So when you say your studio, like the season closes, do you actually take time off?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I like your idea. Yes. So how much time do you take? How much time do you close the studio for?
2 months. I teach and we practice until the end of June, and we start back at the beginning of September. I think it's very important to offer to ourselves some breaks, take time to reset, to regenerate our energy, to rest, to sleep, to give space inside of our minds so we can see much clearer the perspectives, the actions, plan the September entry of the starts of the programs. So I think it's very important. It's part of I would say my inner personal transformation. For so many years, I'm almost 50 years old. So for so many years, I just didn't consider taking that personal time for myself. It was always all about work, and delivering and performing. And whereas the best performance take place when our mind is settled, when we are calm enough. Of course, as yoga teachers, we work constantly on our mindset, on our inner balance. But it's very important still, and though to take the time to rest because we're still human, huh?
Yes, Mounia. Yes. Well, I have so many questions just around this. First, how long have you had your yoga studio?
I've had my yoga studio for um, about 4 years,
Nice.
and have been practicing for many, many years, but not, I would say, the right way. And I'll explain. Since I'm 18 years old, I've been going to the yoga studios, practicing yoga as a sport, as a gym, as a physical activity, and not at all as a mental transformation tool, as a inner balance tool, inner transformation journey. So I've had the chance, I would say, to have the life that I had and I have. Why I had? Because thanks to the high tensions and high performance of my life as an executive for so many years in multinationals in Morocco, in New York, in Canada, in West Africa. Uh, that level of pressure, regardless of my inner existence, I would say, completely inner existence. I was completely absent myself. I was executing roles, missions, uh, like a soldier, without at any moment in my life settling, stopping, taking a pause, and questioning myself. Is it what I want to do? Am I doing things the right way? What I mean by the right way is by respecting myself, my energy. And this goes back to the holidays part.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, the rest times, and all that life, that previous life, brought me to uh, study in-depth yoga, in-depth texts, yogic texts, Samkhya, yogic philosophies, anatomy, just to understand, to make the links between the concept, the breath, the body, the energy, uh, the responsibilities that we have toward ourselves, and the responsibilities I have and I had toward myself, that led me to that level of understanding of yoga. And that level of understanding of yoga, I have acquired it quite recently. It took me a few years of reading, understanding, going to an amazing school in Mumbai, the Yoga Institute, the oldest yoga center in the world, with the lineage of Hansama Yugandhara ji, with all the amazing senior teachers, the lectures, the school life lessons, I would say, the understanding of Samkhyas, of Yoga Sutras, of Bhagavad Gita, of all those roots of yoga. And that, um, well, freed me, I would say, and liberated me. Not, of course, at 100%, because this is a journey, but I would say uh, I've I've sorted out many, many, many things that I've been holding on my in my heart, on my shoulders, in my body, in my energy, in my mind as well, in my thought, the way I was thinking. So voila, I would
Ah,
say that yoga is such an amazing transformational tool and
yes.
philosophy and system.
Beautifully said, Munya. I can feel your excitement and enthusiasm, and it's wonderful. Thank you so much. I mean, I can't agree more. It's funny, as you were saying this, I recently was in my kitchen, and my wife had I don't know if this magazine came in from how it came there, but it was on the counter and it had a picture of a woman and she's saying, I don't even remember who it is, but the title on the font said, there's a lot of really great things that happen in life after 50. And when I looked at it, I thought, well, yeah, I'm 52. I kind of agree with you that there's some sort of shift that happens. And I guess I'm fascinated by when I investigate my own inner life and my own inner journey that I often question, is it just the ripening of the yoga experience like you starting at 18 and then, for sport, for exercise, for the thrill of being in a group and doing something interesting that people say, wow, and you're like, wow, and it feels so good. But then as it evolves, there's something so much deeper. And I'm curious if you think that it's because we're ripening into the sweet age of 50s, or is it the time in the saddle? Or, there's so many factors I know, and it doesn't really matter. When we don't have to pinpoint and like figure out exactly why does this ripening happen, and does it only happen when we turn 50? And then what's it going to be like when we turn 60? And there's this feeling for me that with yoga that it only keeps getting better because the deeper we go and the longer we sit with it and the more we investigate, more brilliance seems to be uncovered. So I feel like you already kind of answered my question, but I just would love to hear more about your thoughts of this transformation.
Well, Todd, I think that time is key. Time is important. And it's true that we cannot expect from ourselves in our 20s, in our 30s, even in our 40s, to understand some things, some aspects, key aspects of life, to understand priorities as well of life. It takes, I think, two things. It takes time, and time, when time is used in consciousness, it leads to wisdom. Of course, everybody who has 50, who has 60, who has 70, who didn't do that personal inner work will not go take that road, I would say. But I think it's two factors that converge and bring that synergy and that powerful inner transformation. Time, with a lot of karuna, maitri, friendliness, compassion, forgiving ourselves as well, for our past, for things that we have done to ourselves, um, uh, and consciousness,
Yeah. Yes.
uh, not being afraid, I would say, to dig inside of ourselves and to take that distance, learn to take that distance, with regards to our past, our samskaras, I would say, our past life experiences, to understand them, to forgive ourselves, and to continue continue loving ourselves or start loving ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point, Mounia. Wow, being that you're in Morocco and I believe you said in Casablanca, I've never had a chance to go and it's on my dream list to visit one day. And when I see pictures, it looks like the sounds, the colors, the architecture, the history, the fact that it's been in a trade route for thousands of years, and the amount of people that have moved through Morocco and all the convergence of different culture and idea. I would just love to hear a little bit about your passion for your country. Were you born there? And can you just talk a little bit about what it's like to live in Morocco?
Yes, I'm Moroccan, French as well, but Moroccan by birth. Our country is just amazing, amazing, amazing. Beautiful weather, beautiful variety as well of landscape. We have the mountains, the snow, the beaches, the desert, beautiful landscape, beautiful vegetation, plants. Um, Humanly, we're such a great country. Um, Very heartful, very warm, very welcoming. We are very open to other cultures, family oriented as well. We do take care of our family. Our culture is very rich, humanly, culturally, of course, in terms of heritage, and spiritually as well. And that is amazing, because the more I dig into yoga, the more I recognize so many phrases, wordings of my grandmothers, the elders, who say in Arabic things that really, I mean, when we are born with those very deep wisdoms, but rarely we take the time to understand them and to swallow them, digest them, and understand the deep meaning of those grandparents, grandparents. And there's a lot of authenticity, I would say, in our culture, at different levels. And I'm very glad I'm born in in Morocco. I've traveled. My father, my late father, was a captain, an airline captain. So I'm kind of born in the plains, since I'm in very small baby, Rio de Janeiro, New York. For me, that was absolutely normal. I mean, it was not something. It was normal, but. When we travel a lot, we have the chance to go in many countries. Beautiful, of course, but my country is my country.
Yes, yes.
This
Well,
is my home. Uh, so yes, Morocco is just an amazing country.
oh
At
man, now I
so many levels, so many levels. There's a beautiful economical dynamic. Um, we have a great political, an amazing king and family, very stable. So we're such a beautiful country at every level,
um,
every.
incredible. Well,
So I'm very
now
happy to be born here in Moroccan.
yes. Oh, I love hearing that. I love meeting people that love their place of birth. It's incredible, right? It's so good to have that connection. Well,
Yes,
you speak English very well. You speak French. You've traveled all over the world. What other languages do you speak? Do you speak Arabic? Of course, I'm sure.
yes,
And
yes,
and
sure.
so that's three. So what else are we talking here?
Hmm?
Are there any other languages that you speak?
Other languages? No, Arabic,
Uh-huh.
French, and English. That's it.
What about, oh, that's it, right? You're like, that's not very many. What are you talking about? That's a lot. To speak more than one is amazing. So, what about spiritually growing up? Did you grow up with Islam, Sufism?
Yeah.
With which religious or spiritual background did your family carry?
With Islam, I'm a Muslim.
Yes.
And what is absolutely amazing is that yoga, the in depth study of yoga, has straightened my faith in God and has brought me much more closer to my religion. Um, I'm not. I don't apply everything, but I really believe that religion, spirituality, and the love of God is something that is. I would say that is very special. It's a very special connection between ourselves and God.
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
yoga has really very strangely, I didn't strangely know, because spirituality is important in yoga, but I didn't know, I was not expecting that. So yeah.
Interesting. Do you feel like what then when you looked at yoga, you saw it, I guess like from a teenager's perspective, of like a movement system and a movement mind body system. And so then you found or find yourself surprised that there's such a level of depth of spirituality when she started digging. Like I'm
Yes.
because I feel like when I first sought out yoga is because all I could see that was the potentiality of it offering deeper spirituality. So it's really interesting to find that maybe you already felt like you'd been exposed to a deep layer of that and maybe had a question, well, how could this be of equal or more or say, you know what I mean? Not to put on
Yeah.
levels, but so I find that interesting. That's really cool.
Yes, because unfortunately, and you're raising a very good point here, unfortunately, in Morocco, yoga is sold as a highly commercial and marketing and superficial practice.
Well, we could say the same thing here in the US for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
good
know
point.
that.
Yes, yes,
But I just didn't want to talk about a country I'm not living in, but it's true. I
yes.
mean, like in France as well, it's a bit the same when I discuss with some of my fellows who teach in France. It's the same thing. So yoga in Morocco is like a very fashionable practice that does not, unfortunately, touch or caress, you know, the the core and the essence of the practice.
Yes.
So,
So
so
how,
that's why for me, yoga
yeah.
was just that very fancy thing where even as you said earlier, belonging to a community that is highly fashionable, even taking photos during the class of yoga. I mean, can you imagine that in India? It's impossible.
Yeah, yeah, impossible. Well, I'm curious, and this is the topic that I love to ask everyone that feels the way you do is how do you then bridge that gap and present yoga if you feel like the majority of the people that might be interested are expecting the fashionable nature of it, and when they come to your class, how do you blend or keep the fashionable side happy but also stay true to the depth that you're feeling so inspired by? Does it just come natural and organic and you just work with each person based off the feeling you're getting? Or is it that you have a formula? Do you have like or an intention when people come to that? I would like to show them a little bit of the deeper aspect of this. And then I'm curious also, we have in the US a what's called the Bible Belt. And I don't know if you've heard that term before, but there's like in the South, there's an area where they think if you practice yoga, you're going against God or you're doing something of the devil or that it's evil. So I'm curious, within Islam, is
Mm.
there a similar feeling like, wow, if you're Muslim and now you're practicing yoga, oh no, she's going into this really dark world? Or is Islam a little more open to that? I'm sure there's everything. I don't even know if does my question make sense?
Yes, that question, of course, makes sense and might be an issue, but for a very, very, very tiny uh, population that, anyways, is not yet ready to practice yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Understood.
see what I mean?
I do. Yes.
Anyways, the
Yes.
it's not
And
yoga.
and we'll find that all over the world, right? Like there's no country we could go to that wouldn't have a
True.
select few or people that would be like, "Ooh, I don't know, that scares me." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I personally have not faced that
Cool.
because, well, I can say that at the root source, my programs are like an immense filter because I do not sell yoga classes. I offer transformational programs. So it is not, I mean, a person who's looking for fashion or for being super sexy and coming with the latest water bottle and there's no mirror in my institute. There's no mirror at all, because I am driving them to have that inner mirror to look inside.
Yes.
So I don't have, if you want, neither that vibe, because I think it's a vibe that the
Correct. I
teacher
think you're right.
as well
Yeah.
somehow conveys.
Yeah.
And my programs don't open those doors. So my students are therefore women who are have very high executive positions in companies, highly under stress, can afford, of course, having many membership in all the best sports center and clubs, private premium clubs in Casablanca, but do choose to come to join Shidomind Yoga because they're looking for a highly confidential and high touch, high level of understanding of from where they come in terms of emotions, stress, burdens, quality of sleep, reactions. So they come to settle their mind, the chittavritti nirodha. So they come from that, not for something else. And that, I think, joins again what you have been talking about a bit earlier about age. You talked about age.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that that search comes as well with age. So when you are when you have worked for 20, 30-ish number of years in high level positions, when you manage big department, you don't have nothing to prove to others. I mean, so you don't come for a show off. You come for yourself, for that that focus on your own emotions and body, and understanding the mind patterns via the pranayamas, via the understanding of the yogic philosophies, a way of life, a way of eating, how to sleep, rhythms, understanding the concept of rhythm as well. That is very important.
Yes, Mounia. Well said. I agree. Well, that's cool. And it sounds like you have a really good understanding of your niche, like your who you're able to work with and really speak to. And I guess I'm also really curious, can you explain Shidomind Yoga? Like your Instagram handle is shidomind.yoga. Your website is shidomindyoga.com. I'm curious, can you explain the word Shido and then which I believe is a Japanese word, and then you used the English word mind. And so I'd love to hear what your mission is in relation to your love for Japanese culture, but also for delving into the mind and going deep into understanding our own minds.
Yes. Well, Shido in Japanese means seed, the seed. And for me, yoga, Shidomind Yoga, for me, yoga is the seed that we nourish via the mind, or to reach a better mind, a better mindset, a balanced mindset for our own personal growth. So I could not have the word mind in my name, because this is, I guess, the essence, and I trust the essence of yoga is stopping the fluctuations of the mind, understanding our mind, how we think, our emotions, the kleshas, all those things that disturb the way we act, the way we think, the way we treat ourselves energetically, mentally, physically, of course. So this is the my mission, I would say, is to explain, to water that seed that is in everyone. I don't plant any seeds. Everyone has his own seed. I'm just helping people, students, water that seed through the yogic systems and yogic technology.
Yes. Well done. Can you explain a little bit about you had mentioned how yoga has really helped improve your love for God, and then you also have used the word consciousness. How do you, if I'm a new student, and I'm so curious, Mounia, can you explain to me what the similarity or the difference is between God and consciousness?
Well, God in the God and consciousness is the in the Samkhya philosophies, the part of the Purusha. Prakriti is the matter, and Purusha is we can call it God. Others who are not Muslim and maybe don't believe in God, they can call it the highest consciousness, the ultimate truth. As I am Muslim and I believe in God, I call it God because this is God. This is my faith. In India, depending, for example, if you're Jain or if you believe in God, well, it doesn't matter. Everyone can call it whatever he believes. I call it God because I believe in God, and this is my religion. So that's it.
Cool.
And this is the highest consciousness. The consciousness is, I would say, being free from the samskaras, the kleshas, the pains, the doubts, the pains, the ego, asmita, dvesha, all those things that disturb our clarity and do not lead us to inner balance,
Yes.
inner calm, to
Yes.
peace inside.
Yes. Well said. Thank you, Mounia. Can you think of, or can you tell me how you are able to pick up and observe when fear is in you or when you feel fear, and what some of your strategies and tactics or management plans do you have for recognizing fear and then releasing fear?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I really hope that you're enjoying this episode, and I just wanted to take a moment to announce a course that I'm really excited to release. It's a free course, and it's called 8 in 8, Learn 8 Limb Yoga in 8 days. My goal is to help coach you along in the Ashtanga yoga practice in a way where we take just the sun salutations, the fundamental asanas, and the final breathing poses, break it down with some philosophy videos as well, explaining the 8 limbs of Ashtanga yoga in a very easy to use, friendly course that is totally free. Click the link below, check it out. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get back to the episode.
Well, first of all, when I because of course from time to time I have that fear emotion, and with a personal inner work that I'm still working on it, and I guess I'll work on it for again until death.
Me
I
too. Me
try
too. I
to,
agree with you. I don't think that's
yeah,
like gonna ever. We're all of a sudden gonna have like this fear barrier that fear will never penetrate, and we'll just be like, no, I don't feel fear anymore.
oh no, I mean, I hope it's going to be possible one day.
Yes,
We're
yes. We have
working
to
towards
dream. Yeah.
well, I try to understand my fear. Is it my ego, asmita? Is it avidya? Am I being afraid because I am confusing that thing with that my personal identity? Is it abhinivesh? I am scared of going into a situation that will raise some uncomfortable inner feelings. I'm trying to, is it dvesh as well? Abhinivesh, the end of a story, dvesh, the fear of going somewhere. I'm trying to understand to what category, to
Mm.
identify that fear.
Yeah, to
To what
identify it.
category
Yes.
am I pointing in?
Yeah.
Within myself, it's an inner dialogue.
Yeah.
And then I breathe.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
breathe. I try to stop, to breathe, to understand where does that fear come from. I practice a lot of what we call praktipaksha bhavana, and trying to always see the best side of a situation. Either it is an inner situation or a factual situation, and well, saying to myself, "This too shall pass."
Yes.
This feeling as well shall pass. This situation shall pass. So faith is key, of course. So
Yeah. Isn't
understanding
that interesting
yourself.
how important faith does
Yes.
seem to be at the root level? If I feel fear, I start to analyze, where is this fear coming from? Which direction is my fear either pointing toward or coming from? And then
Yes.
to ultimately let it go almost seems to require some sense of
Yeah.
trust, faith that
Yes.
there's a
True.
reason
True.
for this, and there's a way. This is just a learning lesson. This is just a good way for me to have to grow and somehow overcome this fear. And therefore, but faith does seem to be an important part there, doesn't it? It's like, yeah,
Yes. Yes. And I am glad personally that I have that faith,
yeah,
because it's true. And we say it in the yogic philosophy, faith is the antidote of fear. We say it, I mean, it's part of the Samkhya philosophy that fear is the anti-poison of fear. And you mentioned letting go, vairagya, learning to not be in that raga bhava, like attachment. No, I want this. We let go and we release. So, but it's true, it's a learning process. It doesn't come, it's a learning process, and
yes,
life does test us as well. When we think that, oh, that's great, we settled, we understood the lesson, then sometimes a more challenging situation in our life comes to test us on those things that we thought or we think that we have well mastered them. So it's a journey. Life
yes,
is a journey, a learning curve. And that's why I think that age is so amazing.
yes. I agree. Munya, are you a mom?
Yes, yes. I have 3 children. My son is 24. He's in Canada. My daughter is 23. And I have another daughter. She's 13 years old.
Nice,
Yes.
very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I have a 13-year-old daughter as well. And
That's
yes,
great.
it's wonderful. And so I'm
Yes.
I'm super curious, how has How do your children relate to you with your passion of yoga? Do they see mom as, are they saying, wow, mom is really a passionate person who's showing all this love and they're inspired by you? Are they or B, are they looking at mom and saying, mom is really kind of going crazy here. What's she
Weird.
talking about? And, or D, all the above. I'm curious. Yeah.
Well, thank you for asking me this question, because I tested yoga, of course, on myself, but on my family, not on purpose, but just as life leads us to human interactions and family interactions. And previously, the last 20 to 25 years, for my elder children, I never, not I never see them, but I mean, I used to work like 9-10 hours a day. Sometimes when I arrive home in the corporate world, they were sleeping. And so I had a very few quality, I would say, interaction relationship with them, because not only in terms of time, but in terms of emotions. I just didn't have the patience. There was no room for my children in my emotional life and life as well. So
Yes.
unfortunately, I didn't play properly my role as a mom. I didn't do that discernment, when you say, okay, this is work, this is family. No, for me, everything was about work and working, and money, and
Yes.
accomplishing the highest corporate levels. And with my little daughter, who's 13, I mean, it's a completely different relationship that I have with her. Very, when I am here, completely here. I mean, there's a better attention, better concentration on the quality of the relationship. And my two biggest children, they look at me and they say, "Oh, mom, she's so lucky, Kenza, to see you like this and to have you as a mom like that, because we didn't have a chance to see that side of you." And voila. So yes,
Yes.
there's that point, and there's also, well, when we are passionate, like I am, I do study a lot the text, the yogic texts, beside the physical asana practice. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, she's crazy. This is way too much." What?
Yeah.
So. And my husband as well, he does tell me from time to time, "Oh, again, you will start with your yoga and with your thing. This is life. This is not your yoga."
That's so
But
funny. Yeah. This is just life. Why do we have to relate this to yoga? How is, this is just the norm. Yeah, I hear ya. Well, that's so cool. It's amazing to hear how you are able to look back on how you were before and how you are now and see the difference, but that almost like both all of your kids are able to kind of now appreciate where you are.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they see my biggest children. They saw the transformation of
Yeah.
their mom,
Yeah.
and this is beautiful because they understand as well the importance of trusting themselves, of loving themselves, of prioritizing themselves in their emotions, in their body, in their sleep, in the quality of the relationship that they have with other people, choosing and being surrounded with good, positive people. So yoga for me is an example, a family example medium, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's a way of life, a positive way of life.
Very cool, Mounia. So I'm curious, if you were such a highly motivated work professional, corporate person, there must have been a moment, there must have been some sort of critical moment that maybe you reached a certain level of financial security that you said, "Look, I'm done and I'm going to pursue my passion and I want to have a yoga studio." I'm curious to hear about how, when you look back, how did that unfold for you in terms of, was that difficult? Was it kind of like, how am I going to give up this like security, some sense of security that can come from working really, really hard? I mean, I think probably that's why a lot of us work really, really hard, because it feels like money can give us security. Like if we can have a big enough cushion, then no matter what comes our way, we'll be able to survive any sort of insecurity. And then I think when we go deeper, we start to realize, but wait, no matter how much money I have, I still have fear about my insecurity, about being secure, because sometimes you have more and now you have more fear about how you're going to hold on to the more. And so there has to be some turning point. And I'd love to hear about your turning point and or maybe you're still turning a point. I'm curious to hear.
I've definitely turned that point.
Okay.
It happened to me about 6 years ago. I've indeed run for the highest salaries, the highest position, the highest everything that fits into the society's standards, professional standards, and I did very well. However, at one point I realized, when I turned 40, I was like, okay, where are the values in all this? It happened to me to be kind of, I don't like this word forced, because we're never forced really to do something, but as an executive, to fire some people with families, with children, with huge financial responsibilities. And I had, because of my hierarchy, to fire so many people that I disagreed with that action. I really disagreed. And I've seen people in my office in tears, in pieces, really. And I was like, why am I doing all this? This is so unfair. It was for me like, as we say in French, la goutte qui a fait déborder le vase. I mean, the thing that, I couldn't handle anything within myself. It was not because of the others. It was because of me not respecting myself, my ethics, my personal work and human relationship values. And then I've seen my children, and I was like, I haven't seen my children growing. My husband, I'm barely taking care of him. I don't know my children. And once my son told me, but you don't know who I am. Do you know who are my friend? And I looked at him with my eyes wide open. Do you know what color I like? Do you know what I love eating? And it was, for me, the financial aspect didn't enter at all into consideration. I just resigned.
Wow.
I resigned.
How long of a process did that take for you, from that moment to then finally saying, I'm doing this, I'm going to resign? Was that a week? Was that a year?
No, I would say a year and a half.
Yeah, it took some time. It wasn't, it's not quick. Life doesn't move like that. Like, we don't just like, but
for some people, fortunately, but for me, I had to go completely down.
Yeah.
Some people understand very quickly. Me, it took me a lot to go through hell.
Wow, that's so interesting, Mounia. Yeah, it's so interesting to hear that, like that, to hear such what would take a lot of time, but just pulled into a little moment. But now are you, I mean, all I feel from you is that joy that you made that decision. I haven't felt a single bit of regret out of anything or vibe you've put into the conversation so far. But am I reading that accurate? Would you agree with me?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do, Todd. I'm so delighted for my personal choices. I'm so delighted for having done that personal work to love myself, because I can tell you that I was not loving myself for so many years, despite the professional accomplishment, despite the financial aspect, despite the business card that shows general manager of this big despite meetings with the highest possible, really, people internationally, and here with the key deciders. Despite all of that, I've turned inward. And of course, I love people. I love going out, beautiful things. I'm still working on my pleasures. Trying
Understood.
to
Understood. Like curb that a little bit. Like now with the yoga teacher salary, a fewer first class
no,
trips to Rio de Janeiro. Yeah.
voila. But I'm learning as well
Yeah.
to be much more minimalist, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
But well, I'm working on myself, but I've learned the most, I think, important thing, and it costed me a lot.
Yeah. I
In my
understand.
relationship with my children, in my life, with the mistakes I've done previously. Of course, all this journey has led me to what I am today. So I'm thankful, but it was hard. It
Yeah.
was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard, but I'm delighted. I love what I do. I love being a student. I love sharing my little bit of knowledge. I love meeting amazing people who have their heart in their hands, and I missed that for so many years. I missed that, and I'm very happy for my choices, and no regrets.
Yes.
No regrets.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the no regret philosophy is so important, and it's so easy to slip down into that,
Yes.
feeling sometimes. But that, I think that comes back to what you were speaking on in relation to the recognition with an emotion such as fear, the recognition of the emotion of regret, and then being able to work through that and say, well, yeah, but I wouldn't be here right now had I not had to feel regret or feel fear or feel all these emotions. So it's so interesting how important these emotions are. As much as we would like to regulate them and keep them at bay, there's such critical growth tools at the same time. So it's almost like trying to find some
That's
sort of love relationship with regret, or like, I love you, regret. I love you, fear. Thank you. It's like to
yes.
be able to really
You,
like appreciate what you've done
of
for me.
course,
It's amazing,
of,
isn't it? Yeah.
of course. This is why, again, time is key.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Times lead
Yeah.
to that
Yeah.
journey of wisdom. Journey, because it's it's like being in the highway. We go out and then we come back, and it's a journey. But
Well,
time
it's
offers it.
it's so cool, Mounia, because I just right then I think to myself, maybe somebody listening right now is in their 20s. I remember my 20s. Wow. Ooh. And hopefully you and I can give someone in their 20s a feeling that keep working at self-development, and it gets better, and put self-development maybe in front of some of the other aspirations we have, and hang in there, because it does get better. And what would be really fun, Mounia, if we get to cultivate a friendship where you and I do this when we're hitting our 80s or maybe our 60s and our 70s and our 80s, and we can reminisce a little bit about like, and you know, because it's only going to get more interesting for sure. I mean, this can only get more interesting and more fascinating as this keeps unfolding. So I'm just really grateful for your honesty and clarity and everything that you shared with me. I feel really inspired right now listening to you. And I feel like hopefully one of your students will get a chance to listen to you today because they're very lucky. I feel like whoever is coming and practicing with you is getting a very amazing experience because of everything that you are really passionate about this. And I really appreciate the way that you've presented
Thank you.
your journey. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening and for welcoming.
Yes, Mounia. I enjoyed meeting you that's what's so cool about social media too. Like just we started conversing through Instagram and there's great vibes. And when I saw you in Morocco, I thought, wow, I've never gotten a chance to meet or speak with a Moroccan yoga teacher. This will be so great. So, and it has been great. I really hope to visit you one day. Is there any final words? I mean, that sounds so serious, but is there anything you'd like to conclude with or something you'd like to leave us with that you feel would be important?
I would say loving ourselves. And for me, one of the very powerful yogic concept is ahimsa, non-violence. Of course, we are rarely violent toward the others, but oh my God, we can be so violent toward ourselves, not physically, but emotionally, and disregarding our body signals, our emotions, our limits, personal limits, and foundations. So always remembering that we are the most important priority for in the world. We are the most important, number one priority. After we deal with the children, with the husband, the wife, the family, the parents, the work, and then the society. And that hierarchy, unfortunately, is completely reversed.
Yeah.
We are the last in the chain.
Yes.
And if our turn comes, because sometimes we're not even the last, we don't exist.
Yeah. Great point, Mounia. No, that was a good visual. So, I can see that was a great little, it's like the pyramid got flipped over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
well said.
98% of the people live like that.
Yes.
And it changes the whole vision of life when we put back again things at the right order. And the order starts with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you,
Mounia. Thank you.
I would love to see you and your wife and your little daughter.
Yes.
What's her name?
I have a son as well who's 19. My daughter's name is Priya. We wanted to give her a Sanskrit name, which means love, and I have a 19-year-old son named Ethan. So hopefully he's a surfer as well. You had mentioned that your daughter is a pro surfer. So if I could somehow get him to Morocco to go surfing, he would be very happy.
Yeah. Please do. All of you are welcome. This is again our Moroccan
hospitality vibe. Yes, I can feel it. I feel it. And to be able to know somebody there would be incredible. Well,
yes.
Thank you.
We are recorded, so it is recorded. You are invited.
All right. Yeah, everyone knows. Yeah. And can I invite all my friends as well? Is that where we draw the line? No, I'm kidding. Bring the whole studio. Maybe I bring the whole studio over, and you can host us for a retreat. That would be incredible.
Of course.
All right. Well, we'll continue our conversation. Thank you, Mounia.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Native Yoga Toddcast is produced by myself. The theme music is dreamed up by Bryce Allen. If you like this show, let me know. If there's room for improvement, I want to hear that too. We are curious to know what you think and what you want more of, what I could improve. And if you have ideas for future guests or topics, please send us your thoughts to info@Native Yoga Center. You can find us at nativeyogacenter.com. And hey, if you did like this episode, share it with your friends, rate it and review, and join us next time.